Hello everybody, welcome to Market Masterclass on this Friday the 27th of January, just before Chinese New Year. Kung Hei Fat Choi to everybody out there. And we're going to look on the world front at Western Australia. And they are very linked in with China in terms of iron ore. They're very important, the development of Chinese industry through the export of iron ore, but that has gone downhill recently with the sort of the reduction in the Chinese economy for the time being. Western Australia, it's been known as the engine room of the Australian economy. It makes up 1/3 of the land mass of the continent. It organises nearly 50% of all exports from the entire country. They export iron ore. Liquefied natural gas, they're the 5th largest producer of liquefied natural gas in the world. They're the 3rd largest producer of iron ore in the world, and they have, in recent years, they did become dependent on China's growth, which will be a good thing into the future, hopefully. Alumina is produced, nickel, crude oil as well, and this area was originally known as the Swan River Colony, named by the British in 1829, and of course it's a full-blown, successful, thriving state in Australia, and in terms of property prices, they reckon it's even overtaken Sydney. The rent, cost of living, in other words, in Perth is higher than perhaps anywhere in the rest of Australia. They're the largest producer of bauxite and alumina in the world, and Western Australia produces over half of that in that single state. They also have diamonds and gold that they bring out of the ground. 75% of all gold in Australia comes out of Western Australia, I've heard. Wine is a very popular product in Western Australia. Fishing, you've got lobsters and crabs and seashells and all sorts of animals which come out of the very vibrant ocean off the coast of Western Australia. So that's what's happening in Western Australia. They reckon that tourism is massive, and of the millions of tourists that come in there, about 1 million of those come from overseas. And in terms of revenue, it's estimated in 1 year to have brought in 6 billion Australian dollars in revenues. So very important area also is agriculture. We're talking about the production of wheat. They produce about 50% of all the nation's wheat. They produce barley, peas, wool, lamb, beef. Interesting enough, meat. Their export of meat, half the meat they export is as living animals. They export to Southeast Asia and to the Middle East, live animals. And that is a big business in Western Australia as well. So an all-round successful economy. I'm not sure what the population of the state is. I think the whole of Australia, somebody told me it was 23 million. I think Western Australia is sort of somewhere between 2 and 3 million. I'm not certain on that account. But a very, also manufacturing to supply all the mining companies is a thriving industry. Shipbuilding is another industry. It's a very important, thriving economy, and that's Western Australia, with the capital as Perth, where a lot of this function moves through from one place to another. So I hope you found that useful and interesting. Bye for now.